Welcome back to the ongoing coverage and analysis of Dune Awakening. In this final episode of the three-parter, we talk about the various vehicle types and customization options in Dune Awakening. Let's get right into it. I've seen so many people hyped about flying the Ornithopters in this game, it's been insane. I think a lot of the player base is expecting something similar to battlefield helicopters or fighter jets, and here's the hoping. I showed some comparisons in the earlier videos, but look at the size difference in these beasts to the players themselves. While the Ornithopters look relatively small in the flying clips we've seen, they are actually quite large. For reference, if these are the spice harvesters that are meant to gather all the spice for our house, look at how small even those look in the grips of the carryall thopters here. We notice quite a few different styles of ornithopter, or at least different modular options. I'm calling this one with the flared fins at the back the Raptor Tail, because I can. You can call it the Batwing if you want, that's fine too, but for this video it's going to be known as the Raptor Tail. These seem to be a military style build, and though it's not confirmed whether this is a modular part or not, it does have the rocket attachments good for dispatching large ground vehicles. You can see there, and you see that right there? That was a rocket. Also notice the spice harvester here next to some infantry. You can get a better feel for the size and scale of these vehicles compared to the players themselves. Here we see another image of the spice harvester in Dune Awakening and some of the game's UI. I couldn't find a high resolution version of this image anywhere though, unfortunately. We see the Raptor Tail featured more than any other style of thopter throughout the trailers we've been given so far, and one thing I've noticed is that it's very angular and possibly one of the specific styles of thopter that might belong to a particular house. I only say that because we see a few other distinctly different bodies and styles that don't seem to be related to the Raptor Tail at all. Some of these other styles include these gray metal finish thopters with the hollow body on the back there, as I call them, and these rectangular tail pieces I'm calling the Casper tail. Why? No idea. But there they are, distinctly different. And notice the carryall itself has a different style tail as well. We are calling that the pigtail because it's tiny, I don't know. But also notice the three ridge lines on the head of this and how they match the three ridge lines on this hollow body. So much open space there in the back, very aerodynamic. Still in the hollow body family, but featuring a completely different tailpiece, is what I'm calling the Condor Tail. Notice this also has the rocket attachments like the Raptor Tail build. Again, these might be switchable parts or entirely different thopter choices. Here we see a hollow body with the three ridge lines, but a very small tailpiece. A pigtail, perhaps? It's hard to say currently. These clearly different styles lead me to somewhat believe we might be seeing faction-specific vehicle builds here. Like, is this angular dark model the Harkonnen and the gray sleek model the Atreides? Me speculating? No. We see a shot here of the Condor Tail with what looks like either sand or snow on its body right there. Not sure what to read into about that. Some of this is from the alpha build, so no telling if it's just early footage and has been changed or improved upon. But here is yet another style body of thopter with turned up fins gaining the name Shark Tail. We don't see this in any other clips, I believe, and I can't find any indicators to link it to the other styles, so quite mysterious. Moving on to Sandbikes, everyone's favorite way to get around the dunes. These will be your first vehicle used to navigate the sands, confirmed by Joel in that new Force Gaming interview. I want to quickly talk about vehicle plate colors. We have seen a few pieces of these in other vehicles that definitely have different colors, though we don't have official word about how that system will work just yet, and if it's tied to a faction or if it's player customizability. Beyond that, we have actually seen the Sandbikes feature some of the modular choices. This speed booster on the back bears a striking resemblance to the Condor tails from the Ornithopters shown earlier. And it allows the bikes to travel much faster on the dunes, which is good in avoiding any worm trouble. Though it does seem to remove the ability to add the back seat module, which will be used to chauffeur your buddies around, seen here. You do go much slower with this module, but you do gain some muscle if a fight breaks out. You can either be helpful or you can be alive, but you can't be both. Also note the gold plating there, because here we see some green plating with the Marauder working on his Sandbike. It's very cool. It might be a trick of the light, but I'm pretty sure these are different colors. Some other examples of colored plating on the vehicles: this Ornithopter with the yellow plating, and we've seen this Groundcar with the same yellow gold plating in several shots as well. So who knows? Maybe we get more options, or maybe it's just part of the design. The Groundcars feature some modifiable sections as well. For instance, the top of this Groundcar has nothing on it, while this one in the shop features a top-mounted weapon and some circular modules on the back, perhaps storage units. We also see a version with this cool, almost rocket boost looking attachment on the back here, so you might have to choose between speed or stowage capacity among other things, which brings some interesting options. There was speculation that maybe these vehicles were just modded Groundcars, but I'm confident that we're looking at a tank here that is completely separate from the Groundcars. Let's take a look at the different tread options we've seen so far for the ground vehicles. There's this with the wide mouth, large tank tread style. We see this other triangular style treading on this vehicle here, and on the Groundcar earlier you'll notice it's completely different from these and looks almost more like the Sandbike style treading. If my predictions are correct, and they seldom are, we have all these different types of vehicles riding together. Whether they might be faction specific or not is hard to tell. We have a tank with this guy wearing a Harkonnen looking helmet, but Atreides colored pants, and a Harkonnen looking Ornithopter. But then there's this hollow body Atreides looking Ornithopter flying with a CHOAM colored triangle treaded Groundcar, and these guys are hanging out at an Atreides style base build, so I don't know what the f I'm talking about anymore, honestly. You might be wondering why I didn't mention the CHOAM in the armor video earlier, when it's just so clearly obvious that they have a massive presence in the game and are one of the most shown characters in the alpha and trailer footage so far. I mean, we see them everywhere. They have several, and I mean several, armor types to show us already. We've seen them running around and engaging with gunplay, clearly player controlled, and they even have a hangout in the Harko village. So why no CHOAM love? Because they have no soul.
The figure of speech, Morty. They're bureaucrats. I don't respect them.
Of course, I am kidding. The CHOAM are a highly respectable group of hardworking and earnest men and women just doing their duty on Arrakis, and I have no reason to think that they are definitely the third faction in this game. I'm simply fighting the good fight because they're my sworn enemies.
I'm doing my part.
Alright, that'll do it for this 3-part series. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you back here after we get the long-awaited gameplay footage on August 21st during Gamescom. Till then, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace!